Hello, hello, hello. Today is Wednesday, July 22nd, 2026. I'd like to start off with Mandami and his statement about Netanyahu not being welcome to New York. And in his infinite wisdom, he says there's nothing we can do about it as the state of New York. So all we can do is tell him he's not welcome. But I guess Mandami really didn't do much of a history fucking lesson, and knows nothing about state rights. The states are sovereign. The federal government is not sovereign. It cannot be sovereign. It is a creation of man, and therefore subject to man. The only way it has a fucking authority is if you give it authority. And a lot of people give it authority by their ignorance and belief, and that is purely the only fucking reason. Because if they knew better, they wouldn't. You would think not anyways, but I mean, there are people who are a little touched in the fucking head and will do fucking retarded things. So we never want to exclude those people. Always leave room for fucking idiocy. I mean, people will fail. They'll never fail to fucking surprise you, to be honest. I don't even want to listen to it anymore. I can't. I'm fucking. I'm just now starting to calm down. I was mad. I was going to fight like fucking mad. Like fucking mad. What the throwdown. And I just. I'm just sitting here and hope there's absolutely no reason I should be that fucking mad or allow myself to get that fucking angry. If you're curious about that, I've got my little device. I've got my device on it running right now. It's gonna make me 20% dumber than normal, so we'll see. States' rights, that's what I was talking about. States' rights. Something even contested in the creation of the federal government. That the federal government really lawfully should not exist if we had if Congress, if they went by the rules, like if they went by the rules as they are written, without ignoring the fact that you cannot fucking have a legal and standing contract if you coerce states into signing and agreeing to a contract they do not necessarily want to agree to, and you cannot exclude that colony, that state. It had been a state at the time, but you can't exclude that state. You can't put tariffs on there. You can't refuse to do business with them and demand that they sign the contract that's goes against the very fucking foundation and principles they claim to fucking upheld when they wrote the Constitution. But those rights and privileges, and there was no privilege really to it. It was fucking rights, really. It was all rights, and property and rights, property and rights. They don't matter if they're someone else's rights. It only matters if it's the rights of the cocksuckers. Because we're not going to call them fucking elites. We're going to call them what they are. We're going to call them parasitical fucking cocksuckers. Because that's what they are. There's nothing elite about them. There's nothing. They don't come up with great ideas. They don't have any ideas. They don't have anything to offer. All they do is leech. They leech off from society. And they are the worst leeches. Because people bitch up and down about people abusing the system. Like, oh, they might get some. They might have some money and be driving a nice vehicle and have food stamps. Well, these motherfuckers, the money they drag in dwarfs what that person gets, and fucking you add up everything they hand out to everyone. It dwarfs it all, because all that's just breadcrumbs. You look at the PPP loans and all the bailouts we had during the COVID. I'd say 90% of the goddamn money went to the parasitical cocksuckers, and the rest of the people got the crumbs. What was left? No. I feel stuck between a rock and a hard place. There's one part of me that tells myself I've got to step it up and speak more educated and try to reach people. But another part of me says I'm speaking too fucking, and I just need to dumb it down even further. Like, kind of fucking slow it down like Forrest fucking Gump. And I'm torn. I don't know. I don't know how to communicate. That's it. I just don't. I don't know how to reach people. I don't know how to grab their attention and, well, slapping them in the fucking head. I don't know. Oh, you hit somebody in the back of the head with a fucking brick, you'll have their attention. You tell them you have more power within you than you really could even fucking comprehend. I don't know how to convey that idea. It's absolutely true. The moment people stop, they stop surrendering their rights. They stop with the belief in corrupt, because these systems today, if you can't see the corruption, and I don't believe there's anybody out. I'm not going to say it. I don't believe there are many out there that don't see the corruption. And those who claim they don't are either part of it or they're just hopelessly fucking lost. But the people that see the corruption need to realize this, that the corruption this deep, there's nothing legitimate about any of them. They like to claim the titles and hold the title honorable cocksucker, but test that honor. Put them a challenge up. Test that honor. Ask them to do something honorable and see if they can fulfill that duty. The duty they're supposed to have oaths for, but if they can't perform that duty and act in honor, then how the fuck are you to trust them? And if you can't trust them, it'd be nice to ask them, where in the fuck do you think you get your authority from? I mean, I think it's past time, because sitting back and waiting for things to get better, that's a pretty shitty fucking game plan. I think we can establish our own governments, though. I think it's something that's absolutely fucking 100% something we should be doing as a people. And since they have wrecked and like to infiltrate everything they possibly can, well, organization might be an issue to begin with, but if people just establish their own government in their own jurisdiction, in their own fucking roof, under their own fucking roof, I think that would go a long way. Because once people start doing that and recognizing that the power they hold there, the threat of invasion by a bunch of illegitimate cocksuckers becomes, well, you get enough people on board, they're not gonna, you take that card off the table, they can't play that card, because it will fucking blow up in their face. And only then would we be able to maybe organize in channels and get some kind of communication going that we could use to build something further with. A lot of the corruption, it stems from a fucking long time ago. We go back to the Federal Reserve and the establishment of the Federal Reserve Bank. What was to take a look at the history? It observed what was written, what was spoken about at the time from those in Congress, those in the House, the debates, the arguments there, read the editorials in the paper, and it would behoove you to look at not the papers that were bought up by Carnegie and Rockefeller and Morgan at the time, and the editorials that were written in those papers, but look at the opposition, the papers they had not bought, and see the opinion there, the opinions of the papers that weren't owned. There's a different story being told there that's been buried in history, and they manipulated the fucking the gold market. And when they successfully stirred up enough panic, I mean, this was even done in the Civil War, mind you, and don't believe for a minute that the banks were not a part of the issue. The banks were absolutely a big fucking issue during the Civil War. And in fact, that was probably the fucking sole reason for that war, was the attempts to establish another central bank. But Abraham Lincoln, I will give him credit for this. He did outsmart the bankers with issuing the greenback, and that the government created its own fiat currency, and that was the only way they were going to be able to fund that war. In fact, both sides did it. Yeah, the North and the South were creating their own currencies. I don't know if I don't recall right offhand if the South had issued a fiat or not, but I know they had the silver certificates and the gold certificates. But the Fed, the same families that tried to create the Fed then were the same families that were behind the panic of 1907 and the earlier panics, like I think it was 1886, 87. They would loan out more money than they had on deposit, then would turn around and spread that information. They'd leak it and spread it, and it would get out. The people would do it right on the bank, demanded, I want my damn gold, I want my fucking silver. I said, these fucking bankers, they're not going to leave me holding, fucking worthless notes. And that was the whole gimmick. And when the Federal Reserve, when it was established, the whole fucking sale of it was they would prevent that. And what they do? 1913, it was enacted. They turned around and did the same thing again. It was like you had, I think it was 40, but it could have been up to 60% of the money that was fucking created did not have any gold to back it. They were just creating additional paper money. And they also had like these 24-hour callback loans that people had taken out during the good times, not realizing that these bankers were setting up bad times come ahead. They were waiting for the economy to build up enough debt to yank them, to recall that debt. And that's what they did with their this elastic currency they sold the country on. They contracted and contracted and contracted to a point they seen fit. Then they recalled it. They called in the money to have it taken off the books to bring strength back to the dollar. The only problem with that is that we were in the middle of this expansion, and you turn around and yank the credit. Well, it all collapsed, and that allowed them to buy anything they sold. They would have bought back for fucking pennies on the dollar. They would have bought farms. That's how they acquired most of their. It's how they acquire everything. To be honest, it's not. They don't produce a fucking thing. The production we produce. The people that work those fucking the power plants, the mine, and fucking you name it, the factories. They don't have their asses in there, and they didn't build them factories. It was all done on fucking the human resources. It's because that's all we are to. If you're a human resource, you're a slave, and that's the whole thing. Is people don't realize they're slaves because, well, I'll get a paycheck. I'm not changed. It don't matter because your fucking paycheck is backed by what? Your labor, your time, the promise of the government to take that in the form of a fucking tax. That's the real value of the dollar, because it was the whole expansion of the Fed. Like when they confiscated gold, called for confiscation of gold in 33. Bring it in, pay your debts, because that was in the Federal Reserve Bank. They wanted to be repaid in gold, not Federal Reserve notes, gold. And so president, by stroking his pen, wrote an order as the commander-in-chief of the military during fucking it's still under martial law. People always, they're not declaring. They're never going to declare martial law. Never. They're never going to declare it. Why? It's already been declared. When Abraham Lincoln declared it, there was never an order lifted. It's not been lifted. And so that they don't have to declare any kind of martial law. And it fucking drives me nuts. That people can actively see that they are the enemy. They are the target of these cocksuckers doing business as government. That's the part I don't think they really understand. But there's nothing legitimate about it. The only legitimacy they have is that comes from the belief that the people believe in that they do. And once people realize that they actually have no position or authority, of course they could threaten you, but if you're going to allow threats and violence be the thing that keeps you in chains, you're dead already. You're no consequence, no use to anybody. I'm almost struggling trying to find the words. That's nothing new. I've been trying to figure out how in the fuck do I communicate this to people where they might get the fucking hint, where they might pick up on it and learn what's going on. And there is an increasing number of people that are aware of the legal fictions and stuff, but to be honest, if the numbers were enough, we sure as hell aren't organized, and we sure as hell aren't communicating with each other. And I get how it can be hard to organize because you're relying on, one man, one website, or whatever. And it can be hard to just go in there and trust someone you don't fucking know. If you don't know if they're controlled opposition, you have to fucking play this wait game and wait and see for them to reveal their hand. Wait for them to slip up in either by their ignorance of not knowing something or their full fucking support for it. But the moment their agendas start lining up with the it's got so many fucking different names. I don't even know what to call it. It's just the Weppers, the World Order, the Illuminati, the shining ones, the shitbags, the cockroaches. And by then, you've wasted all your time and listening to somebody that wasn't worth the fuck to begin with. You take like the American Nationals ones, with the way they acted when I tried to find somebody to talk to about helping some of these victims of Donald Trump. And it concerned me that every time I listened to one of her meetings or her speak, and she was praising this cocksucker who was concealing the Epstein files, and then being cussed out by everyone about asking if there's anything we can do. There's anything we can do to get together. Like, try and get them together with Kevin from Murder by the Creek, because he appeared to be doing something. And when I seen what he was doing, I'm like, I can fucking back that. If he's fucking serious about what he's doing, I can fucking support that. And I was like, fucking, you're talking about someone I viewed as fucking worthy and as a hero. I viewed that man as, unfortunately, I don't have the same opinion of him today. No, and it's his doing. But he could have fucking, I don't know what the fuck's going on over there as far as they're concerned, but I don't fucking appreciate the way I was done. I was done very fucking dirty by it. And I get, even if it was done out of fear, to make those accusations instead of fucking, you accused me, like, what was it? And I don't even know who said it over there, but somebody said we don't help those who support the abusers of children. And it's like, what the fuck do you think I've been doing since I fucking joined? And like I hadn't officially joined them yet, but I was going through their shit, and I was definitely sending their videos, reading through his research, you know. And yeah, I did sign to join their nation, but I revoked it after that mess. Because the whole thing was, I got threatened when they said treason and hanging is what they were trying to say. Because I was a paid agent trying to, it's like, what the fuck ever. I say, you know where I fucking live. That's what you want to do? Well, come get me. And fucking, I told it both fucking sides. I said, fucking, you know where I'm at. Not knowing, I don't know what American Nationals have, maybe 30, 40 million people that join. As far as some of the information I see about it, I don't know if there's that many people in there, but to think that there's 30 or 40 million in that group, and I just fucking, I didn't piss them off. Anna did, because Anna's the one who fucking started stirring all the shit, acting like she didn't know what was going on. I'm just trying to find these people I've run into for some help. Like, hell, one lady I fucking ran into and told me about her story. Because I tried dropping off with Kevin, and I never heard anything about dick from him either. Like, you claim to be helping these people, she's in your fucking area. Like, you can't say nothing to nobody. Well, I mean, it's not. He didn't answer me on that fucking subject. He did on the others. It'll be hard pressed to think that with the communications I was sending to everybody I sent it to, that the intelligence agencies did not know what was in every one of my motherfucking emails, who they went to. In fact, yeah, I suspected I would probably drum up some attention. And by some of the activity I've seen, I don't think I was wrong. I think I drew a lot of fucking attention. But it wasn't enough. I got some woman that ragging about joining. I said, you have no idea the fucking pisses me off. Like, I brought this issue up. I got cussed out every which way. Like, I was fucking asking for a fucking handout. No, I didn't ask for $1 war. I was like, what can we do to help these people? If anything was to go to them, it didn't have to come through me. Because I give you their information. You contact them. I did too. I dropped all their information, links where they can be found. I didn't hear fuck all from either side, from Murder by Decree or the American Nationals. In fact, right after that moment where I got threatened with fucking treason at Hagen, they reached out to somebody, a journalist, and I'll talk to him for a little bit about it. He later sent me a book, but just a fucking shit story. Cut this.